Today's show is sponsored by the Electric Vehicle Association. Join up to support the electrification of transport and get the help you need to finance your own EV or clean energy future. And by the 6th Annual Chesapeake Climate Action Network Action Funds EV Raffle. Get 2 chances to win from 1 ticket. More details later in the show. And by Energy Sage. Visit the link in the description to find local, verified solar experts, community projects, and heat pump specialists in your area. And if you've been waiting to get tickets for this year's Everything Electric Canada 2024 in Vancouver this September, stick around until later in the show to find out how you can support this channel and get 20% off your tickets. Welcome back to another episode of TEN, Transport Evolve News. Thanks for joining me. We were off last week, but as we are now into July, we have a massive roundup of EV production and delivery figures for Q2. Where possible, we are quoting global figures, but some brands have only reported sales for certain regions. While some brands didn't do as well in the quarter, it is also worth noting that EV sales globally continue to grow year on year. Tesla published its global Q2 figures showing deliveries of 443,956 and production of 410,831. Sales are down nearly 5% year over year, but well above Tesla's Q1 figures. We'll know more details later this month after Tesla's Q2 earnings call. Ford published its US Q2 sales figures, with Mustang Mach-E, F-150 Lightning and E-Transit all showing double-digit growth. 12,645 Mustang Mach-E's, 7,902 F-150 Lightnings and 3,410 E-Transits were sold during Q2, putting Ford second to Tesla in the US EV sales race. GM also set new US sales record for itself in the second quarter, with Chevrolet, Cadillac and GMC brands pushing upwards. In total, it delivered 21,930 EVs, up 34% from Q1. I've broken the figures out into a little more detail on screen, but it is worth noting that the Cadillac Lyriq was GM's best-selling EV for the quarter. While Kia's US vehicle sales were down in the second quarter, its EV sales continued to soar, with 17,980 EVs sold, up 131% year on year. The EV6 proved the most popular, with 6,882 sold, but both the EV9 and Niro EV were snapping at its heels. Sister brand Hyundai also had an amazing second quarter, setting new US EV sales record for the brand. The Ioniq 5 did particularly well, selling 11,906 examples during the quarter, up 51% year over year. The Ioniq 6 also had a good quarter, setting a new record for the model of 3,266 sales. Rivian's global Q2 figures showed production of 9,612 vehicles, significantly down on Q1, but due to a planned plant shutdown for upgrades. Meanwhile, Rivian managed to deliver 13,790, up a few hundred vehicles on Q1 and a 9% increase year over year on Q2 from last year. Lucid was celebrating a good second quarter, setting a new record delivery figure for the brand and consequentially a reduced number of vehicles in inventory. In the second quarter, the company delivered 2,394 examples of its Lucid Air sedan, up 70% year over year and 22% higher than its previous record quarter, which it set in Q1. Porsche announced its global Q2 deliveries this week, and its Taycan sales weren't good, with just 4,602 Taycans sold, down 48% year over year. Taycan deliveries in the US were down even further for the quarter, down 51% year over year to 807, leading to rumours that Porsche could downshift production. Meanwhile, BMW's Q2 global sales fell 1.3% year-over-year, but its EV sales grew by 22.2% year-over-year to 107,933 vehicles, with plug-in hybrids selling 38,550 examples. In the US, BMW EV sales were up 24%. Audi had a particularly poor second quarter, with sales overall falling precipitously. Globally, it sold 41,000 battery electric vehicles, resulting in a total for H1 of 76,700 EVs. One of the worst markets for Audi EV sales was the US, where it sold 5,714 electric models in Q2. While we don't have global sales data for Honda's Q2 sales, its sales did continue to grow in the US. Having only just started selling electric cars in April in the US, Honda and its luxury brand Acura managed to sell 1,085 cars during Q2. That's not exactly anything to get excited about, but it's progress on not selling any. Volkswagen passenger cars sold 100,300 battery electric vehicles around the world in the second quarter, a 5.8% year-over-year improvement. Its commercial vehicle division sold 7,600 EVs, a 10.9% year-over-year improvement. It's less growth than Volkswagen had hoped for. Like Honda, we don't have global sales volumes from Nissan, but its overall US sales fell down in the second quarter, down 3.1% year-over-year. However, its EV sales did grow, with the Ariya selling 5,203 examples and even the Nissan Leaf selling 1,925. Subaru published its second quarter US sales, recording a brand-wide increase of 0.1% year-over-year. However, its Solterra EV, made in collaboration with Toyota, sold 4,238, up 163% year-on-year. Toyota also pushed its Q2 US sales figures, with its BZ4X seeing a massive growth in sales to 7,571 units, up 286% year-over-year. Meanwhile, the Lexus RZ450e also had an unusually good quarter year-over-year, selling 4,036 examples, up 333%. And with those sales figures out of the way, let's get on with the rest of the stories. Ford's legendary Capri nameplate is back, and like the Mustang nameplate, it's now been applied to an EV. Unveiled midweek, the new Ford Capri is a European market electric sedan built on the Volkswagen MEB platform and, according to Ford, will offer a range of up to 389 miles, 627 kilometres for its longest-legged extended-range rear-wheel drive variant. In its most powerful form, it uses the same all-wheel drivetrain found in the Volkswagen ID.4 GTX, and while I cannot wait to get a chance to drive this, I, and everyone else in the industry, thought one thing about it. Isn't that a Polestar too? The design is in fact so similar that Polestar's CEO called Ford out on it publicly. Fisker has issued a stop sale on all Fisker Oceans because of a quote-unquote dimensional variation in the door handle on some models. Fisker is now officially in bankruptcy protection in the US, which means this particular problem might actually never get fixed, but the issue is also thought to affect around 3% of the 8,204 Fisker Oceans already in the wild. That variance in the door handle could leave owners unable to get into their cars, or worse still, get out. At the same time, Fisker owners are being warned by a Fisker technician that without access to its proprietary diagnostic application, known as FAST, they could be in a whole world of hurt trying to fix their cars moving forwards. The technician in question is calling on Fisker to make that application available, free of charge, to customers. Tesla has begun rolling out a new improved version of full self-driving Supervised to customers' cars. The update, version 12.4.3, has currently been pushed to somewhere between 1 and 5% of eligible vehicles, and according to Tesla CEO Elon Musk, should make it possible for customers to drive for a whole year between interventions. But, as additional reporting alleges this week, Tesla engineers claim they have been optimizing neural nets to improve FSD supervised performance on routes taken by Elon Musk and prominent VIP influencers who make full self-driving content. These are serious allegations, and I should note that Tesla has not yet responded to them at the time of filming. Those wanting to improve their energy independence and add photovoltaic solar panels, heat pumps and EV charging to their home often find themselves battling HOAs, that's homeowners associations. More common in new build communities, HOAs can wreak havoc on homeowners' plans for solar installations, denying their requests based on looks, politics and so much more. But in the US state of Michigan this week, the governor has just signed a new bill into law enshrining rights of homeowners to make energy-saving improvements to their own homes, including installing solar panels, heat pumps, insulation, new windows and EV charging stations. The new law also requires HOAs to approve projects quickly and prevents HOAs from imposing additional fees to permit processes. Our short shorts are coming in a second, but first a word from our friends at the Chesapeake Climate Action Network Action Fund and its 6th annual EV Raffle. A long-established non-profit, the Chesapeake Climate Action Network Action Fund has been working hard to fight climate change for years, and its EV Raffle is a fantastic way for you to support its effective environmental work while also having not one but 2 chances to win a new EV of your very own with every ticket. This year, the raffle has a choice of a bunch of amazing EVs for the first prize winner, a choice of a Rivian or Tesla, so you can choose the prize that best fits your needs. Meanwhile, if you are lucky enough to win second place, you'll get the eminently versatile and well-built Hyundai Ioniq 5, a car we have praised plenty on this channel. Only 7,000 tickets will be sold at $200 each, so grab your chance of winning and support an amazing climate crisis fighting charity by heading to evraffle.org. They sold out early last year, so make sure you nab a ticket before they are all gone. And now, it's time for short shorts. Chevrolet has recalled a small number of 2022 and 2023 Chevrolet Bolt EV and Bolt EUV models to address what it says is incorrectly installed software designed to prevent battery fire in affected vehicles. GM says owners will be notified. Polestar has recalled the Polestar 2 to address a software fault with affected vehicles that can cause the rearview camera to fail to display on the centre touchscreen during reversing. An over-the-air software update has already been pushed to fix the problem. Chevrolet has recalled a small number of 2024 Blazer EVs to rectify a manufacturing defect with the right front lower control arm that could lead to a premature failure. Owners will be notified and affected vehicles inspected and repaired if necessary. SEA Electric has recalled certain all-electric trucks sold in the US after it was discovered that some battery management systems in affected vehicles could cause an unexpected shutdown event, leading to a loss of drive power. Dealers will update affected vehicles. Lucid has recalled its Air sedans to address a manufacturing defect that could lead to intermittent hardware connections, which in turn could lead to a loss of drive power. At the same time, it's also issuing a recall to address a number of Air sedans with faulty window defrost systems. Due to its scaled-back plans for its new Michigan EV battery plant, Ford has been told by the state of Michigan that it will receive fewer incentives for the facility. The state strategic fund has reduced its funding offer to $409 million from $1.03 billion. A number of Amazon delivery vehicles parked at an Amazon delivery centre in Texas caught fire last week during a heatwave. Rivian says the vehicles are plugged in but not charging and says it believes the high-voltage battery was not the initiator of the fire. Chevrolet Silverado's EV RST lease price is out, and it's unbelievably high. According to Cars Direct, leases start from $1,449 a month for 39 months, with just over $5,500 due at signing. Ouch. Volvo has sent an email to reservation holders of the upcoming EX90, warning that some of the promised software features for the full-size SUV will be missing at launch, to be delivered via OTA after delivery. It has not said how long it will take for those to be delivered. Rivian has confirmed that it will soon be launching a bidirectional charger for its R1 family of EVs, unlocking up to 24 kilowatts of power transfer capabilities in both directions. This would make Rivian's V2H charger the most powerful on sale today, by quite a bit. Off the back of poor sales in the first 2 quarters of the year, Audi has confirmed that it is considering ending EV production at its Brussels facility and may end Audi Q8 e-tron production early. The vehicle has been in production since 2019. Hyundai has officially opened the order books in South Korea for the Casper EV, its subcompact crossover that will be sold in some other markets as the Insta EV. It's expecting a large number of pre-reservations. Rimac has unveiled a special anniversary version of its Nevera hypercar to celebrate the brand's 15th anniversary. The limited production Nevera will debut at the Goodwood Festival of Speed, comes with its own luggage, and costs a cool €2.3 million. The US federal government has given a conditional approval for $1.2 billion of loans to US battery materials processing company Entech that will help it fund a new lithium separator production facility in Indiana. Ford has launched a new series of summer deals for its F-150 Lightning and Mustang Mach-E. During its summer sales event, it will offer a combination of cash-on-hood incentives and financing packages that offer 0% financing for up to 6 years. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has threatened to obliterate anyone trying to short Tesla stock, stating, quote, "Once Tesla fully solves autonomy and has Optimus in volume production, anyone still holding a short position will be obliterated, even Gates," end quote, referring to Microsoft founder Bill Gates. BYD has launched its refreshed Dolphin EV for 2025, with the same entry-level price point for its home market of China as last year, but with a dramatically improved 45 kilowatt-hour blade battery pack. It goes far further per charge than last year's model. In related news, BYD has announced it will be building a brand new EV facility in Turkey that will cost it somewhere around $1 billion to build. Building in Turkey will allow it to sell vehicles in Europe without worrying about EU import tariffs on Chinese-made vehicles. ABB, working in collaboration with NASCAR, has launched an official electrification innovation partnership. As part of the celebrations surrounding the partnership, an all-new electric prototype was unveiled called the ABB NASCAR EV Prototype, complete with 1 megawatt of power at the wheels. Tesla has applied for a new sensor and cleaning suite patent that it says will be used in future robotaxis. It includes acoustic, image, thermal, pressure, RF and capacitive sensors alongside UV lights and heating systems designed to sanitize vehicles after every use. The US Supreme Court has overturned the Chevron Deference in a stunning ruling that means unelected justices can pass judgments on cases even if they are not subject experts, meaning a whole host of EPA regulations could be deemed null and void. Kate did a much better video on this during the week, so go check it out if you can. Stellantis, working in collaboration with Leap Motor, has begun groundwork on a new production facility in South Korea, where the two companies will build Leap Motor's EVs for the Korean marketplace. Stellantis owns 51% of the joint venture. Fastnet and Tesla are continuing their fight against Tang and Rast and the Autobahn GmbH motorway service station operators in Germany over what they say is a monopoly on EV charging. Both firms remain tight-lipped, but insiders seem to be optimistic that courts will rule in Fastnet and Tesla's favour. Renault, working alongside conversion specialist TOLV, has announced a brand new retrofit battery conversion kit for Renault Master 3 delivery vehicles. Designed with input from both firms, it will allow Renault Master 3 fleets to swap engines for all-electric drivetrains without buying new vehicles. DJI might be best known for its drones and camera equipment, but this week it surprised everyone by announcing a new product, a brand new e-bike drivetrain system. It's already launched in a new electric mountain bike called the Amflow PL. General Motors has come to an agreement with the US EPA and NHTSA that will see it cancel some of its earned carbon credits and fuel economy credits, as well as pay a fine for making nearly 6 million vehicles that exceeded EPA and NHTSA targets concerning fuel economy and emissions. The US federal government has announced a new funding pot of $1.7 billion to help bring currently shuttered auto production facilities back to life, but building EVs instead. It's part of the administration's drive to bring more production of EVs to the US. PowerCo, Volkswagen's battery subsidiary, has officially confirmed it's entered into a license agreement with QuantumScape that will allow it to mass-produce QuantumScape solid-state batteries for use in future Volkswagen Group EVs. This is potentially massive news. The X-Peng P7 Plus is on the way to market in China, and according to reports, it will be the first X-Peng model to feature full self-driving capabilities using just visual sensors rather than the LiDAR found in previous models. The vehicle hasn't launched yet, but it is grabbing attention. Pricing has leaked for the upcoming 2025 Cadillac Escalade IQ, a vehicle that will share much of its drivetrain and underpinnings with the Hummer EV SUV. In its cheapest form, it will cost $130,000 and go all the way up to over $150,000. Yay, another expensive EV for the wealthy. That's sarcasm, by the way. Kia has confirmed that the EV3 crossover has managed to rack up 10,000 reservations in 23 days, yet again highlighting that not everyone wants a massive overpriced EV. It's expected to open reservations in the US at the end of this year. And in related news, to finish the shorts, Ford CEO Jim Farley has gone on the record to state that while Ford has 2 new affordable EVs in the pipeline for launch in the next few years, it's down to Americans to fall in love with small cars again, stating that they are super important for our society and EV adoption. I couldn't agree more. And those are your shorts. There will be more next week. Our final 2 stories are next, but first, a quick word from a long-time sponsor of the channel, Energy Sage. Energy Sage helps homeowners connect with local verified solar installers across the US and now heat pump specialists in select markets who really know their stuff and can help you navigate the process of installing solar panels, help you join a community solar program, or get a heat pump installed. We used Energy Sage when we were looking for installers willing to help us put solar panels on the roof of our home, and our Energy Sage verified installers are professional, knowledgeable, and even put us in touch with an amazing credit union that allowed us to finance our solar panels for as low a monthly payment as possible. Follow the links below to sign up for either of Energy Sage's free no-obligation services and get the ball rolling today. If you choose to use an Energy Sage installer for your project, we will also get a small referral fee, so you'll be helping out the channel too. Help the grid get greener and help this channel? It's a win-win. And now it's time for those last 2 stories. If you have spent any time at public charging infrastructure in the last few years, you'll likely have encountered the phenomenon of new EV owners trying to get their cars as full as possible. Often the result of automakers partnering with fast charging providers to offer complimentary charging for the first few months, years, or miles of ownership, people trying to fast charge to full can cause massive log jams at charging stations, and now Electrify America is hitting out against those who charge beyond 85% full, at which point I should note, charge rates dramatically fall. It's just announced a pilot program at 10 Electrify America sites in California that will now prohibit fast charging beyond 85% full to reduce congestion. It will upset some people, but I think if it helps throughput, it's frankly a good stopgap. But we also need more charging stations as a long-term solution. And finally, Back in the spring, I was given the chance to test Honda's all-electric reimagining of its iconic Moto Combo, the Moto Compacto e-scooter. Designed to fit in the boot of your car and offer last-mile travel solutions, the Moto Compacto is best described as a suitcase with a battery and wheels, and it's certainly very niche. But now rumour has it that Honda is working on a new four-wheel variant of the same, designed to carry two children seated atop and accommodate an adult piloting it while standing on a small platform at the rear. It's an interesting design and could help reduce congestion, but as Ryan Kluftinger from Fort 9 noted a few weeks back, the Moto Compacto is very much a limited appeal thing, and if you haven't watched his epic Mr. Bean homage video featuring said scooter, go and do that in a moment because it rocks. And on that note, we are in fact done with today's show. As always, a massive thank you to the Electric Vehicle Association for sponsoring the channel. They've been advocating for EVs since 1967 and firmly believe that our future depends on us making the switch to clean green electric cars today. The EVA can help you find someone near to you that can help you make the switch to electric. It can help you become an EV educator, and it can point you in the direction of monthly meetups for like-minded EV fans. Plus, if you become a member, you'll gain access to a clean energy and EV loan program set up between the EVA and the Colorado Clean Energy Credit Union. You can find out more by heading to myeva.org. And thanks to the 6th annual Chesapeake Climate Action Network Action Fund's EV Raffle. Support a good cause and get 2 chances to win a brand new EV with every ticket. And thanks to Energy Sage. Follow the link below to find out how easy it can be to get verified, trustworthy solar experts helping you make the step towards energy self-sufficiency through solar on the roof of your home, by joining a community solar project, or by getting a heat pump installed. And if you are someone who made your own transportation or energy greener this week, congratulations! We've heard from some lovely people this week who purchased their first EV, got an e-bike or installed solar, and we love hearing from you, so keep those emails coming in. As usual, we'd love it if you consider supporting us from $1 a month on Patreon or about $10.08 a year. We chose to operate primarily viewer-supported models as it allows us to keep editorial impartiality while simultaneously ensuring our output is free for everyone to consume. That said, without support from those who can, we wouldn't be able to keep doing this. So if you already support, thank you. And if you don't, please consider it. I know YouTube is again doing weird stuff and we cannot keep up with the amount of hate comments we're getting in our comment section. Doing so would basically be a full-time moderation job. So if you've been unsubscribed by YouTube, which I know some of you have been, know that we are just as frustrated about it as you are, and we're also equally frustrated about some of the content in the comments section. That said, if Patreon isn't your thing, also check out our new swag store, where there is a new design for the month of July, talking about accessibility. So grab our new design and let your flags fly. It, along with the rest of our designs, is there for your swag-related needs. And of course, we will be back next week as usual with content going out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And for those who asked, we are going to be attending Everything Electric Canada 2024 in Vancouver this September. And I know that some of you have asked about discounted tickets, so I am super happy to announce that this year we've partnered with Everything Electric to give you 20% off your tickets by using the discount code TransportEvolved at checkout. Not only will you get 20% off your tickets, but we will get 100% of all sales made using that code, which in turn will be able to help us afford to attend the event. So support the channel, get cheaper tickets, and we'll see you in about 8 weeks' time. To finish, remember that you're valid and loved, and you have a place in this world, even if lawmakers, pundits, and talking heads want you not to exist, want to restrict your rights, or just generally be horrible in comment sections. This year has seen so many rights eroded, and sometimes it can be hard to keep on keeping on, but know your existence is resistance. And even if you're not affected by eroding rights, please remember to register to vote and get involved in your local political scene. Have your say, whatever it is, because it's part of democracy. So until next time, stay safe regardless of your identity or who you love. Be an amazing ally, be kind, and please, for the sake of everyone's future, Keep evolving!